Hi, a bit of help with Corbett Maths, video 113 and equations, in particular equations with x terms on both sides of the equal sign. So let's have a look. So let's just have a look at the first question here. Right, I'm just actually going to take the answer and just have a look at what this all means before we start talking about how to do it. So I've worked out here the answer is x equals 9, but what does that mean? So here, 7x plus 1 equals 2x plus 46. This means 7 multiplied by x plus 1 equals 2 multiplied by x plus 46. Now, there's only one value of x that will work for this equation, and that's what I've calculated down here. And that is that x equals 9. So let's just double check that. 7 multiplied by x, 7 multiplied by 9 is 63, plus 1 is 64. 2 multiplied by x, 2 times 9 is 18, plus 46 is also 64. So because they're equal, that means that we have the answer correct. So x equals 9 is the only value that you could substitute in to both sides here so that you get the same answer on both sides of the equation. Right, let's talk about how to work that out. So what we need to do is we need to rearrange this so that we have x terms on one side and number terms on the other side. Okay, so what we're looking to do is to rearrange so that we're left with so many x's equals something. Let's look at how we do that. So we've got an equal sign. Because these are equal, whatever we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other side of the equation. Okay, so here we've got 7x plus 1. So I've got a plus 1 here. I'm going to decide to minus 1 from that plus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So I'm left with just 7x, because 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, now if I minus 1 from the left-hand side for the equation here, I must also minus 1 from the right-hand side of the equation. 46 minus 1 equals 45. We've also still got this 2x here, so 2x plus 45 on the right-hand side. Okay, so we have just x terms on the left-hand side here, but on the right-hand side I've still got x's and numbers. Okay, so we're going to try and leave just the 45 here. So I have 2x. If I do 2x minus 2x, I get 0, which leaves me with just this plus 45. Now, if I minus 2x from the right-hand side, I must also minus 2x from the left-hand side of the equal sign to keep it balanced up. So that leaves me with 5x equals 45. Then divide both sides by 5. X equals 9. Okay. Right, let's have a look at 1k. So same idea, I've got some x's and some numbers, some x's and some numbers. In the first question here, we dealt with the number terms first. If we wanted to, we could deal with the x terms first. That's okay, it doesn't really matter which one you do. So in this one, I'm going to go through it with dealing with the x terms first. Now we could take 5x away from the right-hand side here and 5x from the left-hand side. That would be okay, that would still work. But that would leave me with minus 4x when I do that. I would like a positive amount of x's, just because we're less likely to make a mistake if we have a positive amount of x's. So, because this is the larger term, 5x is larger than x, I'm actually going to subtract x from this side, which will leave me with just 2. I'm going to subtract x from this side of the equal sign, which will leave me with 4x minus 2. So we have the numbers on the left-hand side this time. So I just want x's on the right-hand side, so I have a minus 2. If I add on 2 to that, minus 2 plus 2, 0. I might be thinking 2 minus 2, 0. So I've added on 2 to the right-hand side, so I must add 2 to the left-hand side as well. So we have 4x equals 4. Divide both sides by 4, we get x equals 1. Okay, so same method as question 1D. Got 2 more from question 1. Exactly the same method. So here, 3x minus 1 equals 23 minus x. Again, I would like a positive amount of x's on both sides. If I minus 3x from this side, I must also minus 3x from that side. That would leave me with minus 4x. Again, if you've done that, that's fine. But what I'm going to do, because I have a minus x, I'm going to add on x to this side, because minus x plus x is 0. And I must also add on x to this side. 3x plus x is 4x. I still have my minus 1. I still have my 23. So 4x minus 1 equals 23. Add 1 to both sides. 4x equals 24. Okay, and why is that? Because minus 1 plus 1, 0. We are just left with 4x there. And then divide both sides by 4 to get x equals 6. Question 1, part M. Similar to K. Again, we've got a minus x here. We have a minus x as well. So 80 minus x equals 8x minus 1. So if I add x to the left-hand side here, I will just be left with 80 because minus x plus x is 0. So I'm just left with the 80. 8x plus x is 9x. Remember, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side. So I'll be left with 9x minus 1. Then add 1 to both sides. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. So left with 9x. 80 plus 1, 81. So 9x equals 81. Divide both sides by 9. And we end up with x equals 9. Okay, so that's a bit of help on question 1. I'll do separate videos for 2 and 3 because my phone doesn't seem to be able to cope with anything over 7 minutes at the moment. So I will stop here.